Welcome back to the channel. If you love TV, culture, and untold stories from the entertainment industry, you're in the right place. Today's story is one of near failure, fierce battles, resilience, and legacy. The real history behind A Different World. Before we dive in, make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more bold explorations and hidden truths in TV and film. Now, let's pull back the curtain on what really happened, because what's coming next will genuinely surprise you. The TV sensation A Different World may have looked flawless on screen, but beneath the surface, chaos ruled from the very start. Week after week, millions watched the sitcom unfold at Hillman College. But did you know the show was nearly canceled before it even found its stride? What secrets were the cast and creators desperate to keep from audiences? Trust me, you don't want to miss what's ahead, because the twists are only just beginning. Question for you. What was your first memory of watching A Different World, and who was your favorite character? Let me know in the comments. To understand how high the stakes were, we need to go back to the world-changing popularity of The Cosby Show. Seeking to expand on that success, network executives dreamed up a spin-off. But here's the catch: the show, almost never existed. The original concept for A Different World was focused on a white student navigating a historically black college. At one point, Meg Ryan was under consideration for the lead. After multiple rewrites, the show was refocused on Denise Huxtable, played by Lisa Bonet, and her new college life, but chaos behind the scenes only grew. Even with a big-name star, the early days were an absolute mess. 4 episodes were filmed, then scrapped. A brand new pilot had to be rushed into production, with only 6 weeks before air. How's that for pressure? When the series finally premiered in 1987, sandwiched between juggernauts, The Cosby Show, and Cheers, ratings soared. But something felt off. Critics called it childish and fake, pointing out the students never studied or went to class. Did you ever notice these things when watching? Share your thoughts below. Stick around. The backstage story is just heating up, and the drama is about to get personal.
Denise Huxtable is not pregnant. Lisa Bonet is pregnant, not Denise. So no, you can't have it. No, we're not going to do it. No.
Behind-the-scenes conflicts. The problems reached a breaking point after season 1 when Lisa Bonet announced her pregnancy. New showrunner Debbie Allen was eager to use this as a catalyst for more realistic stories about college women. But show creator Bill Cosby disagreed. He insisted Denise Huxtable could not be an unwed mother on TV, and that meant Lisa Bonet, the star the show was built around, had to be written out. What happened next, behind the scenes, was shocking. Jasmine Guy, who played Whitley, later revealed the production environment turned cold and hostile toward Bonet. She tried to quit in protest of the treatment, feeling the pressure of an industry that too often silences particular voices. Here's a question for you. Do you think the show should have included Denise's pregnancy as a storyline? How might it have changed TV history? Drop your answer in the comments. But hold on, because the fight for the show's soul was just beginning. And what happened next would change television forever. The Debbie Allen Revolution. Enter Debbie Allen. Hired as showrunner after Bonet's departure, Allen drew from her own college experience to turn everything around. She rebuilt the campus set to feel more lived in. She threw out the old costumes in favor of clothing that reflected real student styles. But maybe her boldest move was creating a true ensemble, shifting focus to the full cast, most notably Dwayne and Whitley Gilbert. Allen demanded authenticity from the writing team, even bringing them on field trips to real HBCUs for inspiration. And here's a wild detail. Allen expected the cast to show up for daily workouts before filming to foster camaraderie and discipline. This dedication paid off. The show grew richer, funnier, and more grounded. Did any of you attend an HBCU or have college experiences that remind you of Hillman? Share your stories below. Let's celebrate authenticity. What Alan did next would take A Different World to new heights, tackling raw issues nobody else on TV dared to confront. And what happened afterward? Even more surprising. Off-screen love and relationships. So what was happening when the cameras stopped rolling? Turns out, the chemistry audiences saw on screen was fueled by real-life romances. The most unexpected? While viewers obsessed over Dwayne and Whitley, behind the scenes, actor Kadeem Hardison, Dwayne, was actually involved with Cree Summer, the free-spirited Freddie Brooks, for years. As if that wasn't enough, there was even a budding romance between Daryl M. Bell, aka Ron Johnson, and Tempest Bledsoe from The Cosby Show, a relationship that's lasted decades. Let's pause for a question. Were you surprised by the real relationships among the cast? Have you ever found that real-life drama added to your enjoyment of a show? Let's get the discussion going. But the most intense drama was about to center on one now legendary TV moment. Iconic moments and on-set battles. If you're a fan, you know the scene. Dwayne Wayne crashing Whitley Gilbert's wedding, pleading for her to stop the ceremony. What you may not know? Both leads initially hated the idea, thinking it would ruin their characters. In a moment of high anxiety during filming, Hardison forgot his lines and blurted out, "Baby, please, please."
Whitley, I love you, and if you'll have me, I want you to be my wife. What the hell are you doing? Hey, I'm sorry, Byron, I love her. Die, just die. Let him go, man. Will you have me, Dwayne, as your lawfully wedded husband from this day forth to having a home and richer for poorer? Baby, please, please. I do.
An unscripted plea that became the heart of the most famous scene in the show's history, and the surprises don't stop there. The show routinely took on corporate sponsors to tell stories about HIV/AIDS, apartheid, and social justice, risking funding to speak truth on primetime TV. When advertisers threatened to pull out over an episode about AIDS, Alan called in a favor from Whoopi Goldberg, whose guest spot gave the network confidence to air it. It became the show's highest-rated episode and changed lives. This commitment to meaning over money transformed A Different World into so much more than a sitcom. Addressing controversial topics. Under Alan's lead, the show began to tackle the toughest issues of the era, from racial politics and campus activism to domestic violence. For many viewers, these stories were the first time they saw their experiences reflected on TV, not sanitized, but made real. As sponsors threatened to bail, the cast and crew doubled down on their mission. The consistent courage to push boundaries is a big part of what made A Different World legendary. Which episode or topic challenged you the most as a viewer? Did it change your thinking? Please comment with your perspective. You never know who you'll inspire. And don't go anywhere. The paths cast members took after the show are just as fascinating and full of twists. Post-show lives of cast members. After Hillman College, the journeys of the cast were as dramatic as anything on screen. Sinbad, beloved for his role as Walter Oakes, conquered stand-up and feature films, only to suffer a life-changing stroke in 2020. Jasmine Guy and Kadeem Hardison carved out long careers in TV and film, with Guy also becoming a director and activist. Cree Summer reinvented herself as one of the most successful voice actors in animation, while Daryl M. Bell endured personal tragedy and family disputes after inheriting his father's estate at a young age. Dawn Lewis, despite co-writing the show's theme song, faced her own ceiling in Hollywood. A stark reminder of the challenges Black women continue to encounter in entertainment. What did you find most surprising about the cast's life after the show? Who would you like us to profile in a future episode? Tell us in the comments. Don't click away, we've got more to reveal about the show's legacy and the final mind-blowing secret. Legacy and reunions. What began as a nearly shuttered spin-off became a cultural milestone, sparking real-world change. Thanks to its portrayal of college life at an HBCU, A Different World inspired a surge in HBCU enrollment and gave new generations a blueprint for Black excellence, friendship, and ambition. Recently, the cast reunited for sold-out tours at historically Black colleges, proving the show's influence lives on. For so many, the show's heart and authenticity are exactly why it matters, even decades later. Remember, if you want more deep dives into stories that shaped our world, like, share, and subscribe now to stay in the loop. Every episode of A Different World wasn't just entertainment. It was a mirror, a spark, and sometimes a lifeline. The drama behind the scenes only made the on-screen story more powerful. Thank you for being part of our community. What kind of videos would you like us to make next? Let us know in the comments. See you on the next video.